ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kevin Checkwitz. This is the Cage Match, and this is my review for WWE SmackDown for 2/28/20. And you start out right away with Goldberg coming down to the ring, and he's, of course, the new Universal Champion, comes out to a lot of boos from the crowd, and he kind of laughs it off, and then he's, basically says, the only thing that matters is who's next. Roman Reigns comes down, looks him in the face, and says, I'm next, and that was it. That was your open. So, clearly we have Roman Reigns versus Goldberg at WrestleMania. No problem with that. Two big names in the business. Two guys that are going to work the spear, you know that. I like it. I do. And I see Roman Reigns, of course, going over Goldberg, and everybody's going to be happy about that. WWE want to figure out a way to make Roman Reigns the face in the match he's in. That's a great way of doing it. Then you get a rehashed Bayley versus Naomi from Super Showdown. And Sasha Banks is brought out by Bayley. And then Lacey Evans comes down because Sasha Banks is out there. And they all get in a little fight. And of course, Bayley versus Naomi is thrown out. And it becomes Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Lacey Evans and Naomi. I mean, maybe we should have left it at Bayley and Naomi. Lacey Evans, I'm not a fan of in the ring. I love her as a person. She seems to have a heart of gold. I'm not a fan of her in the ring, though. I'm just not. At the end of the day, Evans and Naomi get the win when Naomi pins Bayley. So that was cool. And then you get Robert Roode with Dolph Ziggler versus Kofi Kingston with Big E. And at points in the match, you see Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville watching the match. Maybe because Dolph Ziggler is out there. And so, Dolph Ziggler is going to get involved at points. He does. Robert Roode capitalizes and gets the win on Kofi Kingston. And then Sonya Deville makes a comment while they're watching on the monitor. Mandy Rose saying, it looks like your guy's happy. So, then you got a Tuckus Otis bit where Tucker is trying to cheer Otis up. Otis is still down about Mandy Rose and this whole Dolph Ziggler thing. Then you have Shinsuke Nakamura, Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman, and Renee Young leading a contract signing for what is initially supposed to be just Braun Strowman and Shinsuke Nakamura. But he says, I could take all three of you guys on. And so Sami Zayn is like, oh, you can take all three of us on? So all three of them sign the contract, which makes zero sense. If that was the case, every faction would just sign all their names on a line on a contract. It's stupid. I don't know, dude. Like, that whole bit just didn't make sense to me. So after that, all three guys jump him. They get him down. Kinshasa to Braun Strowman. And that was the bit. Then you get Daniel Bryan versus Curtis Axel. Drew Gulak is on commentary. Drew Gulak's little shtick that he has going on isn't really catching with me. I'm sorry. Curtis Axel, I don't love. He definitely does not have the charisma his dad had. Not to knock him at all. I mean, it's just a fact. Not trying to say anything mean or down or whatever, but it's just the way it is. So Daniel Bryan, after a little bit of back and forth match, goes over, gets the win, and then he exchanges some words with Drew Gulak, and that was that. Then you get a Miz and Morrison promo that leads to an announcement that they are going to have to defend their tag titles in an Elimination Chamber match. And the Usos are part of that match. So the Usos come down. It's Usos versus Miz and Morrison, which was a good match. I really liked it. Of course, Morrison, I can't say enough good things about. And the Usos are damn talented too. And this match ends with a top rope, almost like brain buster. And then the other Uso does the big splash from the top rope. And they get the win. So it's the Usos going over Miz and Morrison. Literally the first show after they won their tag title belts. That's kind of weak. Then John Cena does a promo about walking away from WWE and, this is goodbye or whatever. And then as he's up the ramp and at the entrance area, Bray Wyatt comes out and just points to the WrestleMania sign, which completely is not like the Bray Wyatt Fiend character because he came out as the Fiend. So yeah, it's going to be John Cena and Bray Wyatt, it looks like, at WrestleMania, which would not be bad for me at all. I think that would be very cool. John Cena, I haven't seen him in the ring for a while. He's not, known for his great wrestling matches, but it would be cool to see him back. But that was the entirety of SmackDown, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm just getting WWE burnout or what. I really am tired of the formulaic BS, though. Going through and watching a lot of AEW and a lot of WWE together back to back to back. AEW really does feel fresh and invigorating, while WWE really does feel stale and boring and old. And the things they do are just, it's the same old shit day in and day out. And it's just done. It's over. Like, I feel like WWE, they've lost touch. So that's where I'm at with it. This show, I don't know, man. Like, I'm really fighting with this one because I just wasn't invested in it personally. And so for that reason alone, I guess I have to give it a 4 out of 10. Because while they did have a couple of cool things during the show, I just wasn't there. They didn't pull me in. There was nothing that really engaged me. And so, they got to figure that out. Because there were other wrestling shows that I watched throughout the week that I couldn't take my eyes off of. And this I just couldn't get into. So that's just where I'm at with it, man. 4 out of 10. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Cage Nation, out.